Hi guys, my name is Rahema Basoga, and today I'm going to talk about Sal Bays and his title sequences. Before he came along, openings were just plain text, but he turned them into visual stories. And I'll explain who Sal Bays is and why his style is important and how he influenced modern title sequences. Then I'll compare his work to the openings of The Incredible, the movie, and to show how his idea is still used in today's day. What is a movie title sequence? A movie title sequence is the visual introduction to a film. It sets the tone, mood, genre, and the emotional expectation for the viewers. Who is Sal Bays? Sal Bays was born in 1920 and he unfortunately passed away in 1996. He was a revolutionary graphic designer who transformed opening credits into visual storytellings. Why do movie title sequences matter? Movie title sequences matter because the title sequence prepares the audience emotionally, hints at the themes, introduces the film's visual language, and guides the viewer into the story. This is Sal Bays' early life influence. He was born in New York City, raised during the Great Depression, influenced by modernism, Bauhaus, and Russian constructivism. He was mentored by Georgy Capes at Brooklyn College. This was his career before he became a film and a graphic designer. He worked in an advertising and poster design. He designed minimalist and high impact logos. His graphic design, they were like background shapes in his movie title sequences. He made this Girl Scout logo and then the AT&T and the last one. After he transitioned into the film industry, these were the first two things that he created in his early career as a graphic designer. And these were some of his work that were really popular back in the day, and they're still being used till this day. And this was Sal Bays' style and traits. Sal Bays used silhouettes to strip away unnecessary details to the viewer. He focused on the main idea or symbols. He then simplified shapes to make the message clear and more dramatic. He pairs these silhouettes with large areas of open space, which direct the eyes and makes the bold shapes stand out even more. The strong contrast color between the figures and the empty backgrounds creates instant focus and visual impact. He used a lot of bold geometric forms like triangle, lines, circles, and blocks of colors. And these are the two examples you can see in here. And he also used kinetic text, which are words that slide, rotate, slide, bounce, or interact with other shapes. And then he used a lot of colors. He used bold colors and limited color palettes to express emotions and mood. Colors like red, black, yellow helped build tension and also guide the viewer's emotional responses. He then, the simplicity also makes the design strong and then keep attention to the main idea. Bays also used simple shapes to communicate deeper themes. He also used minimalism to remove distractions and highlights to the core message. His shapes often symbolize ideas like danger, conflict, or obsession without showing literal images. And these are some of his visual designs. He also repeated shapes and movement to create a rhythmic flow. Strong contrast between colors and shapes increases the drama, like I said before. And He also tried to balance composition to keep the screen clear and purposeful. He used designs to, tell the story. He used things like shapes, colors, and movement to hint at the film's theme. And his sequences introduces mood and conflict between the story before the story begins. And the visual act as preview of the film's emotional tone. And this is The Incredibles. I'm going to compare some of the sequences between Sal Bae's style and what's being used in today's world. The Incredibles opening sequences pays direct homage to Sal Bae's through its retro style, bold shapes, limited color palettes, and kinetic text. It sets a fun, dynamic tone that fits both the superhero and the theme in Pixar's stylized world. Why did I choose The Incredibles? The Incredibles is one of the clearest examples of Bae's inspired modern design. It honors Bae's legacy while adding contemporary motion, energy, and Pixar personality. It also shows Bae's influence through style and movement. It also simplifies the silhouettes and bold colors, and strong transitions and playful kinetic text, which matches Sal Bae's in his modernist energy back in the 1960s. These stills highlights the retro graphic style and rhythmic motion and bold color choices that makes the sequence feel like a modern reimagining of Sal Bae's work. Bae's also uses swirling shapes and strong directional lines to create visual movement. The Incredibles, they use dynamic circles, curves, and bursts of motions in a similar way. Both of these sequences rely on geometric forms to build rhythm and excitement. Bae's use bold silhouettes to simplify characters and focus attention. The Incredibles use these silhouettes to highlight actions and personality. Both of these sequences rely on negative space to make the main shape stand out clearly. Both of these sequences they treat typography as part of the animation, not to just list names. Bae's frequently use bold colors and limited color palettes, especially red, black, and yellow. The Incredibles adopt a similar retro palette to create a strong visual impact. In these sequences, they both rely on timing and movement to keep the viewer engaged. They also use visual metaphor to abstract and express themes without showing literal images. Bae's creates rhythmic pattern that feels almost musical through repeated shapes, and The Incredible matches its animation to an upbeat 1960s inspired soundtrack. Overall, The Incredible clearly draws inspiration from Bae's mid-century graphic styles. It retains his simplicity, geometrics, form, and symbolic movement.